Let's go.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's start the week, huh? Ed is taking some well-deserved time off. He is celebrating his sister's birthday. He is gone for a little bit. So this week, you got this nonsense. Johnny with the body, as he's now being called.
That's what they're calling me around town at the very least.
That's what Ed Trant just calling him exclusively. You got me and John all week, which is sure to be. How do you feel about it?
See, here's a little peek behind the curtain.
Oh,
Taylor and I have a great friendship that involves a lot of back and forth banter that sometimes might be misconstrued as like
bullying.
Light bullying. Depends on who you ask. But Cuppies, don't be alarmed. There'll be a little chatter. It's mostly from her end, but it's gonna be a fun week. I'm excited. Stay excited. It's gonna be great.
If you have siblings or if you've argued with a sibling before, it's very much that. I want to punch him in the face, but I also love him at the same time. Look at the stash. He shaved the rest of the beard for you guys.
I took care of it all for you guys.
He got the stash going for Second Cup. Everybody's here for it. Sarah says I'm here for it. Jeanette says, yeah, Johnny. They say they can't hear you though, so lean into that microphone, brother. You got to eat this thing. You got to really get up on the microphone because it's hard to hear. Good morning, Lorianne. Good morning, Bonnie. Good morning, Barbara. Anita, good morning. Glad to have the gang all here on this Monday. How's everyone's weekend? How are we feeling coming into the week? I am like a little dying. Yeah, they say get closer. You got to like be up on
like
this thing.
all up. Okay.
Yeah,
all
all up on this thing. Jeanette says, what a lovely fresh face.
right. Oh, stop.
You guys are,
You all flatter me so much.
Cannot
it's
stroke his
great. Can you hear me now, Megan?
Yeah, let us know if he sounds a little bit better. We got a lot we want to talk about this week. Connie's saying, where's Melly? She's going to be happy. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're going to go through the topics of the day, all the discussions that we need to have. But we're going to have fun this week. You know, Ed keeps us on track. He lets things go off the rails. But Ed's the driving force. You know, he's going through. He's making sure we talk about the important things. He's sending FOIL requests. Now you got two clowns in here all week long. So let's have some fun. Let's talk about some topics. Tina says, where's the weather daddy when we need him? We need warmer weather. He said next week.
Can't help you there.
He said next week. This week's kind of a wash. Next week will be in the 50s, something like that. Jeff Baker wants to go back to Florida. Dude, I want to go to Florida in the first place. I haven't had a vacation. I haven't seen sand in like 8 million years.
I'm trying to bring something into the stream right now, and it's just not happening. So.
Oh, can I do it? Let's see. Oh. My bad. Okay, here is the 7-day.
Yeah.
A la Weather Daddy. He made
Sunday
this.
will be like kind of nice.
All right, so like
showers, but
snow on Wednesday, not really my vibe. Thursday, Friday, not bad. As long as the sun is shining, honestly, I don't mind too much. Saturday, Sunday, not too bad.
What's your ideal temperature since you always run cold?
Ideal temp, inside or outside?
Oh, was not. That's a curveball.
Like in the house?
Let's go outside first.
Outside, like 77. 77, sunny, light breeze.
Wow.
What's yours?
77. I'm drenched.
I need
drenched.
77. What's your ideal temperature? Like 35?
Yeah, like honestly, Wednesday, I'm not against it at all.
You're not against a 36-degree day
I'm not against
in March?
Not in the slightest.
Okay.
Wakes you up in the morning. It's good.
Absolutely no one's on your side. Lorianne says 70s. Danielle says 75 outside. 75, I think, is like the universal perfect temperature, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of like a fall winter guy.
I'm a spring summer.
Right.
That's how we're perfect.
Exactly.
Besties.
Yin and yang.
Yin
wow,
and
messed
yang.
that one up.
That was tough. Anita says I run all the time, so 77 is a little warm, maybe about 70. But think 77 like a nice breeze. My issue is like, I like it when it's nice and warm out, and I don't want to sweat, so like that's what the breeze is for. But if the breeze gets a little too stiff, like a breeze at 70 is a little chilly for me.
See, like 65 and up, I'm going shorts.
65 and up, I'm going shorts. It's got to be at least 70 for me to throw shorts on.
Sky's out, the eyes out. 65, that's my barometer.
Howard, 75, no humidity. 72, low humidity. Yeah, last Wednesday was like magic.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
That was a beautiful day. I let the arms out, let the guns out, but I didn't bring out the shorts.
That's you gotta. It's my best feature. So
Someone said, Jeanette says, if the sun is out, the temps don't bother me for now, honestly. And I want to address Adair's comment this morning. Good morning to you. So this is our new set. So we affectionately call this place Epcot because it kind of looks like Epcot in Disney World. So you'll see this on a bunch of our digital stuff. Sometimes you'll see it on air. But this is where we're doing Second Cup because I probably should take the blazer off, honestly. Trying to give like a little more laid back feel, like a little bit more chill.
Yeah,
You'll see
I'm in a
Ed in here doing his
t-shirt.
Fabio. Yeah, we're trying to hang out, get more of a conversational like vibe and kind of take you off of the news set. Every
Yep.
once in a while we'll go back down there when we have a guest or when the time calls for it. So we'll go through that.
Speaking of Epcot, did you see the fire?
Dude,
I was locked in.
a fire
on
at
Saturday.
Disney
It was
World, the happiest
crazy.
place on earth, and there's a fire. There's like plumes of smoke coming out of Epcot in the French Pavilion.
And I was just there a few months ago. It cut deep. It
Yeah.
really did cut deep there.
It's difficult out here. Okay, so we talked weather. Let's talk food.
Let's do it.
I do want to share everyone's voice this morning. So James kind of coming in hot here. Why would you ask our thoughts? Nobody wants prices to rise. It's out of hand. It's greed. It's time for it to stop. If we had a government that could help us, but we don't. James, good morning to you. Honestly, I don't think you're wrong. Energy's a little hot, but I don't think you're wrong. We want to hear your thoughts because this is what we do. This is where we have conversations. So keep
I
sharing
love
your
the
thoughts with
energy,
us, James.
James.
Honestly, nobody wants prices to rise. It is out of hand. It's tough out here. Every single time I'm paying for something. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Every single time I was at the cash register, everywhere I went, I'm like $75, $80. I was expecting to spend like 40.
Yeah.
Everything costs $80 these days,
Yeah.
minimum.
It's at the point where you go and you buy nothing and you're still walking out of there spending $40.
You
minimum.
lose money. Hey, I went to the casino over the weekend though. I won $90.
I get 10%.
What?
Is that no?
I'll give the
That's not
cuppies
how that works?
10%. Lynn says I'm over it every week deciding what to buy and what not to buy. It's sad. Like you really have to like set things up. You're like, okay, this week I'm gonna buy this thing. This week I'm gonna buy eggs. 'Cause at this point, that's your whole paycheck.
I literally have to go every single week and have a list of like what I can buy and I have to limit it. And then because we price track every week, I then go in and in the notes app I have BJ's, I have Wegmans, Walmart,
I don't know.
like all these places on where I should go because like you have to save as much money as you possibly can.
Linda's getting eggs for $4 today. Where? Drop your plug. Mary says it's outrageous. My social security doesn't change as fast as these prices are. And that's the
Yeah.
wild thing, right? My income's not changing,
Yeah.
but the prices keep changing. Tina wants to know how much I spent. I think in total I went to Target, Trader Joe's, and TJ Maxx. I spent like about $80 at each. So too much. Two something, 20, like over $200.
Wait, you went to 4 places?
3.
Oh,
So yeah, 3 times 8, it's like 20, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's tough. It's the worst thing ever. Our gas prices did go down this week. That's our silver lining, Lori, at
Mhm.
this point.
And egg prices have been going down.
They've been
in
going down,
fairness.
but like, I mean, they're still way above average. Connie says you actually have to have your meals planned out. That's what I'm doing at this rate. I'm like, all right, this week we're eating this. We're doing salads every week. I mean, you got to cut back and get where you can. Crystal says eggs were $10 in Tampa last
Oh,
week.
boy.
Good gracious.
Oof.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what we can get? Good gosh.
It's at the point where you get liquid egg whites and it's cheaper.
Yeah, but
I
those are,
never thought
like,
I would see the day.
icky. Megan
They're-
says the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting
I'm the
poorer.
pickiest eater that you know, and they're not.
I mean, I eat them, yeah, but they're like, I don't know. Sometimes I get a little icked out by like egg whites. I'm like, what is that? Shonda, $166 last week for 2 people, $350 a couple week before that. I work to feed us, and that's it. Man, that's wild. Okay, Howard has a question.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Is it really worth it in time and gas to run all over and pick up stuff in different locations? Okay, wait. Now Howard's making me do math. Okay, so you could go to one location in theory, right? Possibly more expensive, spend all your money. Or you could spend, like I did yesterday, maybe a couple hours shopping around a bunch of them. I like to go in the same general location. So I just popped around Niagara Falls Boulevard,
Yeah.
and did one space. But you're right. I mean, the time and the gas it takes to go everywhere you're gonna go. I mean, like, what are we gonna do, man?
I brought this up to my dad a bunch of times, and I say, oh, you can get it cheaper at this store. He's like, yeah, but the amount of money that I spend on gas and then travel, it's just not worth it. I'd rather spend the money and just get everything in one spot. That's a good point, Howard. I don't know. By the boulevard is usually where I do all my shopping, so everything is basically right next to each other.
Yeah.
But if you have to travel at all outside, that's I can see how it really isn't worth the.
Anita agrees.
time.
The Boulevard's very convenient. Mary says her grocery bill's high because she's gluten free. Bread is expensive. So when you're
Yeah.
like substituting things and looking for gluten free, I can only imagine that that's like
Yep.
going even more. Elizabeth, I check all the ads and make my husband take me to all the different stores so I can grab the deals. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly. You gotta like hunt through the weekly ads, see what you can get any given week. And then you can make things like the angel food cake that Connie just put in the oven. Speaking of cake, speaking of baking, you guys know I like to get in the kitchen. You guys know I like to chef it up. And this week I did my big one. Drop it.
It'll pop up eventually.
Oh.
It'll
Drop
happen.
it.
It'll happen. There it is. There it is.
This is what I made, you guys. Okay, so this is a summer roulade. Obviously, I know it's not summer, but I just follow what the recipes tell me to do. It has a lemon curd in it. You can see it kind of spilling out. It's got strawberries inside. That's homemade whipped cream on the outside, pistachios, white chocolate, and strawberries on top. And that is a Genoese sponge wrapping it all around.
A what?
Genoese sponge.
Like what?
It's like,
does
I
that
don't know.
mean?
I don't really know, but like I hear them talk about it on the
Is that
British
where Anne
Baking.
Hathaway's from? And
That's
Princess Diaries?
Genovia. That's
Oh.
Genovia. Genoese sponge. It is a cake known as a Genoese cake, French sponge cake named after the city of Genoa. So it's just like a French way to bake.
And Jeanette, perfect comment here, Jeanette. I told you we needed to talk about this. The Cuppies are not over it, and I'm not over it.
Okay. Let's finish. Let them rain the compliments on me first about the cake. Anita says cake. Howard says it's a sponge cake, Johnny. Sarah, thank you. Very impressive. Marguerite, it looks very delicious. Oh, she made pizzelle cookies yesterday. I love pizzelle. That's so good. Yeah, it's got like a sponge-like texture to it.
But like an actual sponge, right? Not like sponge candy where it's hard. Like it's
Yeah, it's
okay.
actually like soft and like a lighter thing. So when I whipped up the batter instead of like your normal like batter, it's eggs and sugar, and then I put that over like some heat, and then that like whip in air to it, so then it like naturally rises and you don't have to use as much flour.
You telling me
Also
that you
save
made the
some
whipped
money.
cream all on your own?
But I messed the whipped cream up. If
I
you can
was
tell, it's a little
shocked.
like crunchy, chunky looking on the whipped cream. That's not that I over whipped it.
I think it
Don't look
looks
too close.
phenomenal.
Ugh. I messed up. I was trying to cut the strawberries and I turn around.
Has
and
nice peaks.
It was too much. Aaron Phillips, our lovely, lovely editor, said it was delicious. 10 out of 10, as good as it looked. I love that. Jessica, I homestead and make my own sourdough products. I also can in the summer all my vegetables. Oh, she cans all her vegetables. Buy a full pig each year and venison meat. I want to see what your freezer looks like. It's probably wild in
I've
there.
never had venison.
I have tried to make sourdough before, and it like took years off my life. So kudos to you for being willing to go through the
That's
sourdough.
a
and
big
the
trend on
starter.
TikTok.
Yeah, people love homesteading and sourdough and making it from scratch. But we can go back to Jeanette's comment about the guy that canceled the date.
Sorry, my face is itchy.
Do what you got to do, brother.
Yeah, I mean, this fired me up last week. I had some opinions. I shared some insight.
Yeah.
And first off, his loss. Everyone knows that. I think Cuppies, we all agree, his loss.
Look at this. I'm baking.
But
Timed.
I mean, come on.
Rough out
Come
here.
on.
Still no date, still no rescheduled date on that one. So I'll
See,
keep you
that's
guys
the
updated.
problem. It's the lack of here's the plan ahead. That's where the issue is. Sometimes things pop up. I get it. We've
But-
all been there.
Yeah.
But he's playing a game.
You guys don't worry. I'm not quitting. I'm still
you
out
should
there.
quit. You should quit his game.
No,
Oh.
no. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting the game. I'm in the. I'm back in the pond fishing, seeing what we can grab. John's getting fired up over here. He's gonna hurt someone. Howard made some homemade cheddar bread with everything bagel
Oh.
seasoning.
Send that our way.
Yeah, I
Howard.
need to see some pics of that one. Anita, it's still Lent, no cookies, cake, candy, or chips. So what's wild about this recipe is that I made that cake and I gave up sweets for Lent, so I couldn't even try it. Tough, but it's my hobby, so I'm
And
crying.
That again, selflessness. You want to talk about someone just fumbling an absolute bag here.
People are shipping us now.
She absolutely made a pastry. That's not a pastry.
It's like a cake. It's like a roll.
Went full confectionery status, full baker status, and she can't even enjoy it just for the people that she works with every single day.
And did you try it?
So, what do you want? You want to talk about potholes next?
Yeah. See.
Because I'm digging myself into a hole there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see that. No, I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
I do. I do want. I will try it.
He's supporting me in theory, but not in practice. But that's fine. Peter, we're going fishing together. We'll do whatever we can out here. Honestly, it's tough. Anita says, "Do you have any friends to hook me up with?"
I don't have. I don't have friends. I don't have friends, Anita. But I appreciate you thinking so highly of me.
He definitely has friends. Jessica, I also have 25 hens, so lots of eggs. I love that. Do you want to talk about potholes?
I mean, I told you what I wanted to talk about before. You said no. So yeah, let's talk about potholes.
No, which one did we not talk about?
No. We can talk about potholes. Anita just says,
Okay. About John and his friends. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
no, don't worry about it. We'll talk about potholes.
All right. Did you guys see this video? Oof. I honestly can't imagine anything worse. All right, this is South Elmwood and Tupper. This truck, bang.
I want to know what it was like inside that car.
Okay, so this is like 10 minutes before. The guy who owns South Elmwood Details sent me this video. You can see there was no pothole, and then boop, there it was. And like, is it a pothole? Is it a sinkhole? I don't know. The city doesn't know. The sewer authority's working on it. That thing's like 7 feet deep. You could stand in it. This was as of Friday, so this is probably what it looks like right now. And they're covering it up, trying to figure out what exactly is going on right there. But like, I can't imagine being that poor person in that truck. Just, oh my gosh, it's just so painful. Can you start the video from the top?
Yeah.
One more time for the community. All right, so that's the aftermath. This poor Dodge Ram. Here we go. Trying around that corner. That car just misses it. Oh my gosh. Like, ugh. That's a moment where you just like turn all the music off and you just like absolutely cringe. So the guy who runs South Elmwood Detail who sent me this video said that like even before that truck came through, like 4 or 5 other cars came in and just got their tires popped, like bang, bang, bang. Like it just showed up out of nowhere and then it just kept terrible. Shauna says everywhere. It's sad. Connie, it's a sinkhole. Peter says that pothole was crazy. And he says, yeah, it looks like a sinkhole. What defines a sinkhole?
What if you're this truck coming in at the end?
The one right after it?
Yeah, like you can't tell what's going on.
You gotta stop short. You have no idea what's going on.
You just see that car hit something. You think it's probably a car crash, but instead it's just this massive pothole.
Honestly.
And I really want to know what that sounded like inside
oh my gosh.
that car.
It literally
the loudest thing in the world.
And he just says like that metal clunk noise.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then like I don't even know what the damage is like on that. Like what the heck is the price tag gonna be?
Well, you know me, big car guy over here. No, I have no idea. I'm assuming lots of dollars.
The tire, I don't know. The front question mark. Honestly, Howard says it probably sounded like some very colorful language in there.
Also,
it would have been for me. Oh, we posted the video, and I believe the person who it happened to commented and was like, "It's honestly just really sad." And people were like, "The city should pay for it." Anita's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, someone said there should be a cone. I think it was Lori. Yeah, Lori Ann saying there should have been a cone there to help people stay away. But what's wild about this one was it literally formed a couple of minutes before that. So like at 3 o'clock, there was no pothole, sinkhole, whatever it is. And then like 5 minutes later, the ground just like drops out and like the ground gave away and it sunk to make that sinkhole. And then that truck came in like 10 minutes later. So I mean, as fast as the city could have responded, but it looked like that was like an old patch gone wrong or something. Like, I mean, there's just bunch of ground underneath it and it's like hollow.
I will say there's a lot of potholes in the city, but I do see crews out, but they have a lot of work to do. Like,
yeah,
I want to be as like impartial as I possibly can. So I will give credit that I do see crews out all the time, but there are so many potholes on the road.
Yeah, it's a hard battle to fight when the minute they patch one, there's probably another one coming up in the next street over. They've hit Main Street pretty well. Main Street is honestly probably the worst drag in the city of Buffalo. But every time I drive down it, like it's a little bit better, but like I feel like they just need to like repave it. Crystal, my daughter had 2 tires blow out and one of the rims bent in the falls. Oh my gosh, definitely not cheap. Yeah, I got that flat tire, I don't know, what was it, 2 weeks ago now? That was a pothole right by my house and that cost me like, I think it was like $150, but I just needed the 1 tire fixed.
Oh. Boy.
Nuts. Crazy out here. Someone said Hamburg. Yeah, Mary says the potholes entering the former Hamburg, so the McKinley Mall.
What
Tough.
What do you do when you go over a pothole?
I turn the volume on the car, on my music down And I
Oh,
just
you
go,
took it down?
oh, I turned it down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I need to hear, like, if the wheels start messing up, I like, it goes, dun-dun-dun, and then I go, and then I just keep driving. And then I eventually, like, slowly turn the music back up.
I do the complete opposite.
You turn the music
I
up.
turn the music
and
up.
you just, like, try to avoid the.
Yep. If I feel my
Inevitable
car,
pain.
if I feel my car do anything that feels a little different, then I know that
Crank
something's
the
messed
music
up.
up.
But I turn that right up. I just keep going. So
Crank it.
who knows? Maybe I'm listening to Keep Driving by Harry Styles just to get me in the mood. But that's the worst feeling, and the only way to get past is crank the music
Keep
and
driving.
hope nothing bad happened there.
Barb says she has a damaged oil pan and cracked bumper from her pothole. How do you know what it is? An oil pan? Where is that?
It's on the bottom of the car.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Barbara says it's going to be interesting to see the response from the truck owner's insurance company. Honestly, that claim is going to be
Yeah.
wondering what the total extent of the damage is. Yeah, if we find out, I'll let you know. I mean, that's just one of those things. Like, I don't know how the owner of that truck, I believe it was a woman, I don't know how she goes throughout that weekend. Like, I just would have, if she was on her way somewhere, I would have gone home.
I don't know.
That's just so painful. Barb, several years ago, a pothole put a hole in my radiator. It's bad when you fly from your seat, Anita. Yeah, when it gets to that point,
That's
it's too
kind of
much.
fun.
It's like when you're on the back of the bus as a kid.
It's kind of fun, which is where I sat.
Of course you sat in the back
Yeah.
of the bus.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was
Bad
good.
kids in the back of the bus. We got in a
Yeah.
car accident on a field trip to, like, you know how they have those like old timey places where you can like watch them churn butter and like see a
Mhm.
blacksmith. I forget what it's called, but it's somewhere in Jersey. And we went on a field trip there, and I was in the back seat of the bus, and the car in front of us had an issue and flipped over. What are you laughing at? Never mind, Anita. I'm continuing my story. The car in front of us flipped over, and we were on a bridge.
Oh no.
So our bus had to like swerve around the car after the car flipped over, and then I was the only one who fell, and I fell in everybody's lunch.
Hmm.
But we had already eaten, so it was on the way back home.
Not that big of a deal.
And then the people who flipped over
you
had to get
hurt?
on our bus. No, it was fine. I was the only one that fell, though, of course.
They put strangers on a bus.
They put the strangers on the bus, actually. Now I think about it.
Yeah, that's
kinda
very
nuts.
Jersey.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, very very
we made
very
it back.
Jersey.
But I had a little fear of bridges after that, kind of, because we were stuck on that bridge for
Are
like,
you still scared of bridges?
no, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every once in a while you get on some traffic on a bridge and you're like, oh,
it's
this would be a little scary.
Terrifying.
But I like bridges. I like the Grand Island
210
Bridge.
the entire time. Ugh. It's bad.
Peter says New York State drivers should get pothole rebate checks. Honestly, yeah. I'm down for that. Peter for governor.
How would you quantify that though?
Oh, my Aunt Diane says, what the heck? Yeah, that definitely
Was
happened.
this a secret?
No, it was a summer camp trip. Maybe my dad remembers. I don't know. It was a summer camp when we were at Stockton, Auntie, and yeah, it happened. I forget what it's called, like Cold Springs or something. It's like the old timey place. But yeah, we survived. We got through. Anita says we had to pick up strangers on a bus in Denali, Alaska. Wild times, people. Wild times, wild times.
I got nothing on that one.
Nothing on that one.
Nope.
Have you had a flat tire from
Um,
from a pothole?
no. No.
You better knock on wood, brother.
I don't think so. Yeah. I'm a little I don't like talking about this stuff, but yeah, cuz
Why? Superstitious?
Because that's what's going to end up happening.
Are you superstitious?
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, tell me more.
If I'm going if I'm going on a plane, I have to wear the same outfit every single time.
You have a
So, like,
plain
what?
outfit?
So like whatever I'm wearing on the trip down, I have to wear on
Okay.
the trip back.
So on your departure and your arrival, you're wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, and then whatever I do, like, you know how some people touch the plane for good luck?
Yeah, I touch it.
I don't.
Ooh.
So if I don't touch the plane, I can't touch the plane on the return trip.
Okay.
So sometimes
It
if
just
I
has
do,
to be the same thing.
it has to be the same thing. It worked the
Interesting.
first time, so it has to work the second time. And then like the Bills in the playoffs this year,
Okay.
I had like just a hodgepodge of like random foods, and they beat the Ravens.
Okay.
And then
Same hodgepodge of random foods.
yeah,
Oh.
so then I tried to duplicate that against the Chiefs, but I wasn't able to, and that's why they lost. So
It's
honestly,
John's
it's my fault. Yeah,
fault.
it's my fault.
Honestly, bold of
apologize.
you for admitting that. Sarah says just a little stitious, not super. Anita says he's too superstitious to talk about it. You heard that pause. He was not ready to share.
No, I was not.
Crystal does Bill's gear for all plane trips. And my dad remembers it was Cold Spring Village. See, that's where we're going.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where we're
I
going.
don't know where that is.
On our
So
way back. It's in Jersey
I said,
somewhere.
oh, like I knew where that is. And I
Yeah,
have no
because you
idea.
hate New Jersey and you're anti my home state.
I
even
don't-
though it's one of
I'm-
the best in the world.
Here's my thing. I don't hate New Jersey.
Breaking news.
I am apathetic.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel better.
Yeah. I have no feelings about Jersey.
Ouch. That's tough.
Yeah.
Our potholes aren't as bad. Actually, I really don't know.
You
if
get
that to be
food from a
true.
gas station.
I get food from a gas station, and a guy pumps my gas.
Yeah. I mean, where do you guys get off?
I hate pumping gas so much. I remember going to college.
Because you never had to.
Well, I had to learn how to pump gas, and it was the most awful thing ever. Like in the wintertime, getting out of your car to pump gas is awful. It's like windy, you're standing there. Don't you just wish that a nice young man or woman would come up and be like, hey, how much do you need? And I say, fill it up regular. Thank you.
No.
It's the best thing in the world. Anita says she wishes that NJ would claim the Jets and the Giants
They
because
should.
they do play in Jersey, but they are in New York.
They
And
should.
Buffalo is the only team in New York State.
Yep.
Got to keep that. I mean, we
That's
don't
our
want
team.
them. We don't want them. We don't need those guys. Absolutely not. Peter's been to Hoboken, New Jersey. It's a nice town. That's where Cake Boss is.
Yeah, I will. I've visited Hoboken a time or two back in my day. So it was. If there was anything good about Jersey, it'd be Hoboken.
We'll take it. Want to finish with DoorDash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Do you DoorDash? Do you Uber Eats? Do you do any of those like delivery services kind of deals when you're like, you know what, I don't feel like going out to get it. I just want to do DoorDash. And obviously, you're going through, you select your order, you get to the bottom, and there's like the service fee, there's the driver fee, there's the tip and all that stuff. And what was like a $20 meal is now a $40 meal. And you're like, ugh. So now, if you love DoorDash and you want to order, you can use Klarna, which is one of those buy now, pay later kind of things.
Oh,
So
apps,
you
I
can-
know.
So you can
I
do
know about Klarna.
get your delivery and you can pay in 4 installments. So over the course of a month, you pay once a week,
Uh-huh.
and then you can pay off your meal, interest free.
Yeah.
Would you be down for that?
I'm down for anything when it comes to these Klarna and Affirm. First off, I just want to say this right off the bat. Any financial tips will be coming from Taylor, and in the future will be coming
Been
from
coming from
Katie.
there.
It will not be coming from me. I am the type of person that will say flat out, don't check your bank account. Do not do it. That's just a great way to end up sad for the rest
Valid.
of the day. Listen, if I swipe my card and it goes through, there's money in there. Just keep moving on. Klarna, Affirm, I don't know how they make money because it's interest-free for payments. I just bought 2 pairs of on-cloud shoes using Klarna. I was looking earlier this morning on Rakuten, which you get money back, and then you pay with Klarna to get some Lululemon. I would be looking great. As far as the Klarna stuff, I still can't bring myself to buy food though. Like I can't bring myself to spend because I've been looking at DoorDash and stuff like that.
I think I'd
It's like
feel
40
weird.
bucks for one
Maybe
meal.
what if you like did like a catering thing or something? Like if it was a huge order through DoorDash and I was like, look, I need this food, but money's tight right now, I guess. Anita says if I have to pay for McDonald's in installments, then I don't deserve to eat it. Like, ooh. Also, the Cuppies are not delivery people. Marguerite says no delivery.
That's fair.
Connie likes to pick up, make sure it's correct, which I don't blame you for. Anita says I do not do any deliveries, and Shonda says no, it's too expensive.
I agree.
Honestly, it really adds up. Barb says I like to pick out my own groceries. So my mom is like huge Instacart, like doesn't do anything else. She's big into Instacart. She also does those like factor meals, and those get delivered. But I don't know. I think it's what.
I
See,
also
Anita
think there's,
agrees.
like-
If you're catering event, you might consider.
I also think it's like a little bit of an upcharge.
To
Like
what?
I've looked at the prices and whatever restaurant is on like DoorDash. If you're getting
Yeah.
food from like gyms, it'll be like $10 if you just went to gyms, and then
100%.
it's like $11 on DoorDash.
Yeah, Howard
it adds up
says
quickly.
if you don't have money, don't get the delivery. The whole thing's an accident waiting to happen. Honestly, yeah, I don't blame you. It's tough out here. We're trying to get in where we can. We're trying to make sure we can pay for everything. And yeah, we're just trying to get through the week. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on Second Cup this morning. We're going to have nonsense coming out of here all
That
week.
flew by, and I can't wait for tomorrow.
It's the fastest 30 minutes ever. Thanks for hanging with us. Again, Ed's off all week, so you got these two.
Get excited, stay excited. We have 4 more days of greatness coming at you.
Happy Monday. Let's have a good week, you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Eventually. Come on.